All right, it's March 8th, and this is another episode of Headliners. Today we're talking about Ryan Reynolds being a really nice Canadian, Steven Spielberg getting all hot and bothered over Netflix awards eligibility, and we're not talking about Michael Jackson's documentary. It's all three of us again, myself, Dave, and Jimmy. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
I've seen 3 movies in my life. Bridge on the River Kwai, Patton, and Herbie Fully Loaded.
You serious, Clark? I always thought you.
Is that your thing? You come into a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your own?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go?
Nope. All right. Last weekend's box office, March 1st to the 3rd. How to Train Your Dragon was first with 30 million again, back-to-back weeks. Tyler Perry's A Medea Family Funeral debuted at number 2 at 27 million. Number 3 was Alita Battle Angel at 7.2 million. In 4th place was Lego Movie 2, the second part, at 6.6. And 5th place was Fighting With My Family, 4.6 mil again. Green Book, number 6, it got another boost because of the awards. Good for them. Wonderful.
Nice.
How about that? You win the award. People are like, I want to check this out now.
Yeah. Pretty good. It's a great movie. I liked it. I've always liked it. I picked it, so I'm better than you.
Whatever year it was that King's Speech won Best Picture.
So good.
That year, I remember I was in college still. So I watched the Oscars and hadn't seen like any movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one year I was like, I got to see all these movies. So I went and saw as many as I could. I downloaded as many as I could. The Oscars do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the winner, though.
Yeah.
King's Speech is a good movie.
Yeah, I think it's crazy you said that. That was the first year I actually watched all the movies. The King's Speech one.
Me too. So
that's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe it was just that good of a year for.
It was a great year.
What else was nominated?
I couldn't tell you. Top of my head.
I think it was 2011. I'll look it up if we want to. I'll come back for it.
Yeah, my buddy, about a year and a half later, he tells me, he's like, "Hey, I watched the best movie ever last night. Have you ever heard of it, The King's Speech?" I'm like, "Yeah, it won the Academy Award for Best Picture." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I thought it was like a diamond in the rough. I never heard of it."
Well, I think everyone thought it was diamond in the rough, and then it won.
It's incredible. All right, you still looking for that, or?
It's 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, The Kids Are All Right, 127 Hours, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, and Winter's Bone.
You know, that's a big list.
That is. Wasn't that the first year or the second year that they expanded it to 10?
Maybe.
I'm just saying there's good names in that. Inception, The Fighter. Maybe not The Fighter. That's a homer one for me.
No. The Fighter's a good movie.
Okay. I can never tell you guys. You guys like crush my brain saying like every New England movie is shitty.
Have you guys seen Winter's Bone? I feel like I've had to afford you to see it.
I don't think I have.
Jennifer Lawrence. It's when I first fell in love with her. Good book too by Daniel
spoken about
Woodward.
it before.
Yeah. True Grit is the reason I got back into reading, and then I never stopped. I read my whole life as a kid, and then I think when I went to high school, I stopped reading. Or no, I crushed all the Daniel Brown books. Then I stopped, and then True Grit, I used to read like a book a week when I worked at Domino's. Then they fired me for reading so much.
Nice.
Well, that makes sense.
What are you talking about?
I don't know how you.
Oh, I would deliver a pizza, and then I'd read a chapter, and then I'd go back to the store.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'd fire you too.
Depends on how long the chapters are.
I did everything in that fucking Domino's. Iqbal hurt his back on a piece of ice. I did all of his insurance paperwork.
His name was Iqbal?
Yeah, Iqbal. It was awesome. He smelled like he swam to work in a bottle of cologne. And his wife was 20 years younger than him and like hot as hell. And I was like, what's going on over here? What's India all about?
That's purchasing. Okay, so let's just segue easily into things worth mentioning but not worth discussing. This week, Internet Nice Guy Ryan Reynolds reminds everyone that he is Canadian and so is John Candy, who died 25 years ago this week. He posted a nice little like montage. It was nice.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was any biting sarcasm or anything in the way you wrote this, but you're genuine.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Okay, it was nice.
The post was great because it was kind of out of nowhere. I just checked Twitter that morning, and he was like, "Here's an awesome highlight reel of John Candy's life."
Yeah, because Ryan Reynolds is incredibly polite. He's an incredible gentleman, and he's entertaining as hell, and I love him. I'd marry him.
Do you think that he's not remembered as much as he should be? Like, maybe it's just who I surround myself with, but Chris Farley gets so much more, like, tragic love, and Belushi gets so much more tragic love, and Candy was just as funny as those guys.
I think he was, but wasn't he, like, 10 years older or so?
Yeah, but he was still around the same time. Like, I feel like he was older.
No, I agree with you. I just think the others are... People consider them more tragic or remember them more just because they're so young. So it's more of a like cut down in your prime.
Oh yeah, but Candy wasn't old. He had to be what, in his 50s?
Yeah, no. So John Candy, he had a prime. He was in it, where the other guys were like they were still like going up. I don't know.
Yeah. He was 43.
I know what you're saying. I always confused him and Farley too sometimes. I'm saying like, well, yeah, you know that comedian who died of a heart attack or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, those guys, they're all the same because they all died relatively like around each other, right? There's only a few years difference.
Yeah, I think within like a 5 or 6 year span.
He died in 94, and I'm pretty sure Farley died in like 99.
Okay, so and I know Belushi was drugs, Farley was drugs, but he was
heart attack.
Well, I'm sure I don't know.
I'm sure he did a ton of drugs.
And then what? Like the other guy from SNL was Phil Hartman was murdered.
Oh, that was so much different.
That is so. I hate that story.
That's real tragic.
John Candy. Let me list all the movies here that are phenomenal. Cool Runnings, great.
Yep.
Rookie of the Year. He plays a play-by-play guy.
Yep.
Great. Mm-hmm. He was in JFK. I don't really remember him in that. Home Alone as Gus Polinski. Obviously, that's awesome. Uncle Buck, classic movie.
Uncle Buck is the greatest like 80s movie.
I love that movie.
Have you guys seen The Great Outdoors?
Yes.
Is it good? I've never seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We have an episode where we reviewed that. Spaceballs. I don't really think I'm going to know anything before this. Yeah, I don't know any of this early stuff. The first one I know about him from is Uncle Buck.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. So, John Candy, shout out.
25 years ago, died.
R.I.P. in peace.
I got another story about another John here. Johnny Depp files a $50 million defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard, who I legally have to let you know is gorgeous anytime I say her name. Look at pictures of Amber Heard in that one movie that they were in together. That was a book by Hunter S. Thompson, The Rum Diaries. Johnny Depp found it in the closet after Hunter S. Thompson had died. And he's like, what's this? He's like, must be a book he was working on. Anyway, go look at pictures of Amber Heard Rum Diaries if you want to look at a gorgeous woman. But she's also crazy, and that's why he's suing her for $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this a little bit a couple weeks ago because I remember telling you guys.
I fucked it up. This is what I should have said. And this lawsuit is going to be as ugly as they are attractive.
Nice save.
That was a much better segue.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was perfect.
Okay, let's keep going.
Dave Chappelle's iconic skit, Piss on You, making fun of R. Kelly after the allegations that he peed on girls, apparently really pissed off R. Kelly to the point where he wanted to fight Chappelle. Sheehan thinks this is why Chappelle's jacked now, like 10 years later.
Yeah, he's constantly. You don't get jacked overnight.
R. Kelly, bad guy. Dave Chappelle, funny guy.
Good guy. Chappelle's a good guy. Do you see what kind of mentor he was to Bradley Cooper?
I don't know if we know that he's a good guy. We know that he's got a somewhat sensible head on his shoulders, kind of.
He's good until proven otherwise.
Yeah. R. Kelly, bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad.
Did you guys see his crazy rant on the news this week?
No. R. Kelly?
Yeah, oh yeah, R. Kelly. He gave like his first interview since everything came out, and he comes across as a crazy person screaming.
Well, I mean, he is a crazy person screaming.
I know, but I mean, you would think he try and hold it together for an interview.
Nah, not his style.
Yeah. Am I up next?
Yes, you are.
Oh, The Sandlot is being made into a TV series featuring the original cast. This is something that should never have been made or even thought about being made. It's being made because of people like me. Sandlot's in my top 10 movies ever. It's a masterpiece. Everything is wrong, but it comes out so good. Everything's going to be wrong about this TV series. It's going to come out so bad. It's going to be someone, I was DMing someone about it. They said it's going to be like Fuller House, but even worse.
Oh God, I hope.
But I'm interested in it. I know.
No,
it's
you're not.
Yo, I am because I want to see what they do because it's the original cast, 25 years after fact. Like that's ridiculous.
Well,
So it's going to be
like
when they
Fuller
grow
House.
up.
They're going to have kids that are going to be playing in the neighborhood. It's
Well, because at the end of the
their
Sandlot,
lives are so different by the end of it.
yeah, they actually like one guy's a wrestler, one guy's the announcer for the Dodgers, one guy is on the Dodgers.
they're not
They-
going to stay true to
Two
that.
people just
They have to.
disappeared into the 60s.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna be great.
they didn't disappear.
Although
into
I
the
will
60s.
say,
they
the
got
Cobra-
pretty into the 60s.
Oh yeah.
And they never heard from them again.
Yeah, if they never heard from them again, they can't do. Anyways, I like the Cobra Kai show that YouTube put together. It's surprisingly very good
Where'd that come from? What?
because this is like the Cobra Kai, which is the the TV show 25 years later of.
Okay.
Yeah.
You connect that dot. Cool.
So you think there's no way Gertrude can be in it because he got lost in the 60s?
Yeah. That's my Sandlot TV show theory.
I want to see Wendy.
She's got like 13 kids with Squid.
Nine kids.
They're going to
Kids.
cast Amber Heard as her.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good.
After a ton of there's no way she would look like Amber Heard at 25 years.
Who invented Timmy and Tommy? Didn't they invent like the strip mall?
Something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Rich.
invented mini balls.
Brilliant.
Squints grew up and married Wendy Peppercorn. They have 9 kids. They
Beautiful.
bought Vincent's drugstore and they still own it to this day. Okay, so they own the drugstore.
And it's all
Hamilton,
circled
Puerto
around
Rico.
the drugstore.
The great Hambino. De Nunez played AAA ball but never got to the majors. He owns his own business now and he coaches Little League team. I'm reading this transcript.
I understand that. Yeah.
What a good movie The Sandlot is.
I might watch it tonight now.
No, you got to wait till summer.
It's a-
Okay.
gonna
I
go-
can see that.
it's
It is very
baseball
much a
season.
summer.
No,
it's a
get you
summer
for
movie.
baseball season, man.
We did it on the 4th of July episode. So if anyone wants to hear me talk romantic about The Sandlot, go listen to that episode because I was about to give the whole spiel again. But,
Yeah, no, but remember you were so pissed off because we went with war movies instead of summer movies?
Did I? Oh yeah, we put it to a vote, right?
Yeah, and you lost and you were very upset.
I think I just hijacked it and talked
You
about
did.
The Sandlot anyway.
Absolutely. It's like 7 minutes of you just like talking to yourself about Sandlot.
It's so
All right.
good, man.
So you should go check that out. It's our 4th of July episode in 2018. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. In superhero talk, I know Jimmy loves this, Warner Brothers has finally given up on pushing its ensemble superhero movies, they'll instead focus on individual stories. They can't compete with Marvel's ensemble success, but they have characters that people love, so it makes a lot of sense, and it's about time.
Yeah. Of the 3 most popular superheroes, they have 2 of them.
Yep.
So
And they have the best villain, the Joker, which is coming out in another movie. Great. So
I'm all for this.
this is just about, it's like a sigh of relief. It's like about time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Moving on to a real life supervillain,
Jesus
the Michael
Christ.
Jackson documentary Leaving Neverland about the sexual abuse allegations has resulted in Jackson's songs being pulled from radio stations across the world and the reassessment of his standing in our culture. No comment.
Yep.
So you guys don't want to discuss this because it's so touchy, but
Because it's not happy. It's dark. It may not be real.
everyone,
It's all allegations.
yeah. I'm interested.
Oh no, I have a lot of thoughts about this actually. But
I've done a lot of digging, and
Yeah.
everything that I've come up with comes up with nothing. Like he's never actually did anything. But now I don't know what in this documentary that.
So are you saying
So
you want to do an
all right,
episode
hang on.
on Leaving Neverland?
No, because it's too touchy.
But I'll give you a
Okay.
little bit of background about these guys, which makes me not trust them coming forward now.
Well, this is going ahead and talking about it, which is.
But I feel like this is
Right.
helpful information.
Bullet points.
Anyway.
Bullet point it.
They, as adults, long after their relationship with Michael is done, are under oath in court saying this stuff never happened. They protected his legacy, defended him up until 2016 when they were not able to get jobs with the Michael Jackson tribute tour and show. And then they tried to sell their memoirs talking about how great life was growing up, friends with Michael. Publishers wouldn't take them, and then they made this documentary.
Yeah. Shady beginnings.
It's,
That's all we're going to say about that.
And they also refused Corey Feldman and Macaulay Culkin to be a part of it.
Because they were the two that say, yeah, we got fucked up by people, but not him.
Yep.
Yes.
Doesn't fit with their agenda. It's okay.
I hate agenda-driven movies. And
All right, so we there we are. We're not talking about Leaving Neverland.
Yeah, we don't have to get actually into it.
We've moved on.
Exactly. So let's get on to the real things that matter. That Steven Spielberg is pushing the Academy to change the rules of the Oscars to ensure that another Netflix movie doesn't get involved because they don't play by the same rules. And he's not alone. There have been several complaints by crusty old men who hate the change. What is your initial reaction? What is your opinion of this?
Okay, so you put out some details here that what they're upset about.
Yes.
So I'm going to run through them because I think it's actually interesting. I was like, come on, just adapt. But I think they have a real gripe here. But their gripe isn't with Netflix. It's just with the movie industry. Like either everyone adapts or no one adapts. But the fact that my movie, people have to pay, and people have to pay to see. And it's only in theaters for 90 days, and it can only reach select areas. Like we on this show appreciate Netflix movies because you don't have to go find them. Me and John have trouble. So that Netflix does have a leg up. But Spielberg and everyone's gripe shouldn't be with Netflix. It should be with their studio saying, fucking you adapt. Put our stuff on the internet as well. Make it available to everyone. Put it in theaters. Like more, you know what I mean? So their gripe is with the wrong person. I do think there is
some additional backstory. I know Spielberg definitely, and I'm sure other people do too. They own shares or portions of like theater chains and stuff. So it's good for their pockets if people are going to those theater chains. Like Spielberg owns, I think it's a quarter, maybe a third of AMC.
Interesting. That's the different dynamic.
I do understand how they're saying like Roma, no one would have fucking cared about Roma at all if they had to leave their house, pay money, and go to a theater to see it. 100%. No one, it would have flopped. No one would have fucking went and saw that movie.
But even Cuarón has said that. He said no one would have gone out to see this. It was the Netflix and streaming model was the only way he could have ever made the movie. And it's a good movie, so it deserves to be made.
So do you agree there is a gripe to be had here? I'm just not sure that you can blame Netflix.
The whole industry is changing.
No, I think that's a misdirected gripe because, I mean, the world isn't voting on these things. So the average person who has easy accessibility isn't voting on the best picture. It's people who have votes have access to screeners. So I'm not sure.
But I think their argument is they will get like negative backlash if they don't pick a movie that like the public wants.
I don't know.
The public might not want the right movie.
You're getting into more speculation. I'm just saying the bare bones of them saying like the availability is throwing him. I mean, people that vote have availability for all of them.
Well, yeah, that's why I just assume they're not talking about just themselves.
Yeah. So I just I'm in agreement with you guys. I'm just saying that one is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the whole Roma spent 3 weeks as a theatrical release. That's like the minimum to be nominated. I think that's bullshit. You gotta get rid of that rule.
That makes sense to me.
I don't. No.
Like you have to have like a little bit of amount of time in the theaters. Like I'm okay with that. I don't think it should be longer than 3 weeks. They want to extend it now, which is stupid.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to put it in theaters for a little bit, sure, but don't like make it like you have to be 3 months.
Yes, I think the 3 weeks is a perfect.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, look at Cold
that's
Pursuit.
the current rule now. It is like only a 3 week rule.
What's this? Netflix doesn't respect the 90-day theatrical window. What is that?
They're available every day.
Yes, that is most studios and companies will not put it on VOD until 90 days after opening at the earliest.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that's what Netflix is based on.
Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's an interesting problem.
It is. The world is changing, and you have to adapt. There's always going to be people dragging the feet, but this is unique because it's not just an adaptation. It's you have to change the rules. Rules have been in place for 91 years.
This is what needs to happen. Look at it like bookstores. So in the early 2000s or late 90s, like while you were sleeping. No, not while you were sleeping. What's the Tom Hanks movie? You've got mail. You've got mail. The big bookstores come, and they drove all the little bookstores out, and Barnes and Nobles popped up, and Borders popped up, and the little bookstores got absolved. Same with the record industry. CDs killed the record, right?
Yep.
Now everything will go digital. So now Netflix and streaming will be the new Borders and Barnes and Nobles in some aspect, and they're going to kill the movie theater industry, right? I think the movie theater industry will revive in like 20 years, 15 years, because people will be like, man, I actually really like doing that, and nostalgia will kick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
But the market's going to naturally, like, they're going to have to die because the streaming industry is going to have to take over fully. And then people will have a nostalgia factor because now Borders is out of business. Barnes and Nobles kind of sucks. I went to my local Barnes and Noble recently, and the shelves it looked like they were going out of business, but they weren't. They just don't stock that much to where I went. And local bookstores are actually doing much better because the tide always turns. But they need to turn with the tide right now and just put everything on the internet.
You know what I think it'll be? I think it'll be a lot more theaters like the Alamo, where you pay a little bit more, but it's a premium experience. You can get good food, you can get alcohol in it, and they actually have ushers who, if people talk, you get one warning, you talk again, they kick you out.
Be nice. I would like that a lot.
So I think that will make a resurgence in like 15, 20 years when streaming is more the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People thought the bowling alley wouldn't die.
Wait, are you saying the bowling it did die?
Yeah, wait.
Oh, yeah.
No, it didn't. What? I know a ton of people who go bowling regularly.
There's a resurgence, my man. It's called King's Bowling.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you guys take a sociology class once for me, okay? Read the book Bowling Alone.
I don't want to. What?
Yeah,
there's a book called Bowling for One, and talks about how you can track the history of American socializing through the popularity of bowling. From the 50s, it was fucking classy. Everyone bowled. You had the shirts, you had leagues. In the 80s, it was an after work thing. Like you got up with your coworkers and you had teams. And then now, if you want to join a league, you go join one and you bowl alone and you do a league. There's this whole thing about the history of socialization, and as TV shows became more popular, bowling became less popular, and it was America's most popular pastime. Going to the movies, it's going to die. It's an interesting book.
It is. Sounds like it.
Cool.
All right. So, movies coming out this weekend. I see someone added on The Kid.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a limited release, so people like Jimmy and I won't be able to see that one.
Oh, is it? I just
Yeah.
assumed it wasn't.
Sorry, yeah, you live in fucking Manhattan. You can see everything that ever comes out. Sorry.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you should be. But the big one is Captain Marvel. Everyone's going to be able to see that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally everywhere. Jimmy, can you not wait to see that?
You guys told me it's an origin story, so I'm going to try and watch it.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it.
If I can find it online.
I think you should. All right. Do you guys have any recommendations for this week?
Cheers. I'm almost done.
Still going. Jesus Christ. This has been forever.
It's 11 seasons. So like
they're 20-minute episodes.
Yeah, but there's 11 27-minute episodes. I can only watch so many a night.
You should be able to knock out like a season a night.
No way. What are you talking about? But
this is going on like 6 months.
No, I started October 20th. So I'm excited to finish it before baseball season starts again. So I can tweet out. This is the tweet I'm going to tweet out. I already have it planned. I'm going to say, I spent the off season watching Cheers. Ask me anything.
Jesus Christ. I do love the little videos you post up of like Woody and like how he's changed throughout the seasons.
Yeah, he did.
It's very interesting.
Oh, and then at the end of season 9 on Netflix, they have a reunion special they did for their 200th episode. So it's like a panel. And they were talking and they were asking Woody questions. And they said, a lot of people say you've been a lot meaner lately. And I was like, yeah, I fucking already did that. But they filmed this in 90 whatever.
Yeah, way before you said it.
Isn't it weird though? They swiftly gave him a character change in season 7,
which is wild.
And they just made him a touch nastier.
Yeah, you need a little snarkiness. It was going to the 90s where it was cooler to be a dick.
I'm like halfway through season 10, so I have a season and a half left, and 3 weeks.
You can do it.
You should be able to do it by next time we record.
Well, I should, but see, I was supposed to be watching it with Katie, so I had to like slowly break away until it got so far away that I was like, "Well, you're on your own."
Yeah, that's an anchor when you watch it with somebody.
Yeah,
no matter who it is, it's tough.
So go watch Cheers.
Sounds good. All right.
I had some recommendations.
Excuse me.
I started Conan Without Borders this past weekend, and I love it. I mean, I'm a fan of Conan O'Brien already. I don't know why I hadn't watched this, but it's his travel show. It's hilarious.
Netflix?
Yes, it's all on Netflix.
Is it new stuff or is it just old remotes he did?
The first bunch of them are old remotes, but now he's filming specific ones for Netflix. Like once a month or once every other month.
Oh, that's interesting. I love Conan, so I'll watch that.
Yeah, the South Korea one, I was dying laughing. And then, I also started reading The Blitz, which is really interesting. It's about the history of drug use in the Nazi regime.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
They do drugs?
It was like the drug capital of the world before the Nazis took over, and then they still like prescribed meth to every single one of their soldiers.
All right. Sounds like a good laughs from the past episode. Find me just one condensed story from it.
Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Good job. Look at that. Cross promoting and everything.
What about you, Shane?
Nothing. I've been doing literally nothing but chores for the past 172 hours. So I haven't been able to do anything. So on that note, we're going to wrap this headlines up. Thank you for listening. Check us out on Monday. We're going to be reviewing Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson. I think we're going to be recording that on Sunday, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Check us out at Six Pack Cinema on Twitter, on Instagram, on our new baby Facebook. It's pretty infant. We got like 200 or 250 new people this past like 5 days,
and that's how we're up to 252.
Exactly. So that's it's kind of weird. Everyone pops on and it's like, oh look, there's a party. Nothing's going on. It's an empty page, but we're gonna get work on that.
Yeah, eventually.
Cool. Eventually.
And stat correction: the book's called Bowling Alone. I think I might have said Bowling for One.
You did.
I like Bowling for Soup.
Yeah,
great band.
Solid band. That's like a solid early 2000s band.
1985, one of the best. All right, guys. Well, see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Love y'all.
The basis for Bowling for Soup, so fat.
Oh, he's huge. He's enormous.
We just got another like.
Oh my God.
Hello.